Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to King's Roundtable, the show where we talk about things and see what happens. I'm AJ.
I'm Joey.
Today's topic, Fantasy Music Festival lineup. That being said, this is fantasy, meaning artists can be
Dead or alive, they can be broken up or still together. And honestly, I think this is going to be one of the most difficult things that we've ever tried to put together. Because I don't know about you, but I am already struggling with about 6 or 7 different ones.
I'm thinking, do we want it where there's tons of different artists and genres, or just one? Like, it's so hard, man. So let's start off by talking about the last. Well, what was the last festival you were at?
Last festival I was at was Rock the Park in London, Ontario. It was Gaslight Anthem, Killswitch Engage, Rise Against, and Billy Talent.
Last music festival I went to was in Jackson, Michigan. I got the tickets from actually going to the Orion Music Festival on Belle Isle in Detroit. The headliner was Saliva, and I mean, the amount of bands there, I couldn't even begin to name you all the bands that were there. There were some good, some bad.
Typical music festival.
Yeah, well, there was six stages, I think. It was crazy. So
do we want to limit ourselves to like trying to keep the same general genre for the festival?
No.
Or
no. I think whatever's gonna go is gonna go.
All right.
I mean, who do we want to see in our?
Well, I mean, for me, mine is definitely going to be a mix of like old and new. So I'm trying to think of like a newer band that would make a great opening band.
Newer band to make a great opening.
Like who? Like if you've got access to literally any band, any artist, who do you have opening for like the first one that comes to mind?
Well, see, the way I would split it up is I would have, like, stages, right? So, like, I'd have on one stage, we're going to have, off in the corner, you're going to have your rock, your rap, hip-hop, R&B, and then you have your... Yeah, like, I mean, a real music festival actually takes into account, I feel, personally, the immersity of what music is. So, like, at Belle Isle, there was a tent for EDM.
Yeah.
Fucking Bourgeois, Bass Nectar. There was, like, some of the biggest dubstep names and techno and everything else. They were all there. So that was pretty cool.
So this is... I'm almost a little bit disappointed in myself because I've never been to... The music festivals that I've been to have always been like single stage festivals. So like you have your opener and then you have like 2 acts that are like considered sort of the same weight, and then you've got your headliner.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dad.
See, and to me that's just a music show, right?
Yeah.
Like that's not even a festival because like when I think festivals I think multi-stage. My first concert I ever went to was 9 Inch Nails, and you got your opener and someone, and then your main act. I went to see Slayer. Slayer's probably the best one. No, because Anthrax and Megadeth opened for Slayer, and they're all about the same level. Disturbed. When I went to go see Disturbed, there was an opening band that I had never heard of before. Never. I couldn't even remember the name. It was generic metal music. No lasting impression. And then after that, Skindred come out. And of course, I had known Skindred because their music appeared in one of the video games I had played.
Yeah.
The song Rat Race. I can't remember what video game. I think it was Midnight Club or something like that. Anyways, so they came out, and that was really cool to see them live. If you don't know what Skindred is, it is a mix of metal like Disturbed with reggae. It's interesting. It doesn't sound like it would work, but it really does, and I really like it. And then, of course, Disturbed was the headliner, so that's what that happened.
All right, so if we're doing multi-stages, how do we want to go about doing this?
Well, I think what we should do is just kind of do genre it out a bit, I guess. Maybe have a couple episodes for this topic. I don't really know. But let's talk about the easiest... Let's talk about the easiest stage to deal with, and that is the rap stage, obviously, because there's a lot of artists that are out there for rap that you know there's a very select few, I think, between the two of us that we'd want to see.
Yeah. I mean, for me, if I'm booking a festival stage for like a rap stage, Eminem is definitely one of the first ones that's going to be on my list. Because the guy is just incredible as both a writer and an artist.
I mean, you don't get away with making a song called Rap God unless
you can back it up.
Unless some people think you are a rap god, right? Eminem, I'm not a big fan of his stuff. Some of his stuff, like, you can really split Eminem up into three different people. You've got his stuff that he does as Slim Shady, that's the grungier stuff and whatnot. The Marshall Mathers stuff, that's his really, like, they call it his on drugs phase, which is like Stan and that deep emotional music that's really good. And then you have the other shit that you have, and that's like your Slim Shady stuff, and that's, you know, the real Slim Shady, and that I hate that stuff. Yeah. That to me is annoying music. But when he is doing the other stuff, the really emotional and deep stuff, he's phenomenal. I love Berserk. I love Rap God. Cleaning Out My Closet was good. Yeah. Stan.
It's the video for Stan still gives me goosebumps to this day.
Yeah, Stan was great. But like the real Slim Shady and Back That Ass Up. My Band. Those songs I'm not a big fan of. So Eminem, I agree. I would have to say Eminem too. I'm not, as I said, I'm not a huge fan of certain stuff he does, but you got to respect the man for what he has outside of that.
Also, if we're going with like alive or dead, personal opinion, Biggie's got to be there.
Biggie? I mean, okay. Biggie, I feel Biggie's an acquired taste, and I never really acquired that taste. No, and it's not that I disrespect him or disrespect what he did for the industry or the music itself or anything like that, you know. But and it's not that it's not because I'm a huge Tupac fan either. Don't start that shit in the comments, please. I do like Tupac, but I'm not a huge Tupac fan. I like Eazy and stuff like that. Biggie never really clicked. For me, someone that would have to be there is Tech-9. Yeah.
The man has been rapping and creating like great music for how many years? How many decades?
He's like 2-3 decades into this, and the man's still creating. He's still a genius lyricist. He's still creating fucking amazing albums. And on top of that, he runs his own record. Well, he runs his own record label. Technically, he does. I mean, he's got help, obviously. Travis O'Quinn helps him run Strange Music and stuff. But still, you know, he's an independent artist. It's kind of, you know, the thing. KOD is the soundtrack to my life. So, I mean, I would have to have Tech-9 there. I have to have respect for a man that, like, you know, and this is a guy that was around during the Tupac Biggie stuff, rapping, and, you know, he was only getting playtime in Kansas City. Yeah. And now he's world-renowned. He's known all over the world, so.
What are your thoughts on Kid Cudi?
Oh, Kid Cudi. Is that the guy that did Day and Night?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kid Cudi's good. I mean, I like him. I like his genre of music. I like his sound. I wouldn't say no to having Kid Cudi come on. I don't think I'd pursue Kid Cudi as much as I would some other people. I mean, if Kid Cudi was like, or if somebody came to me, let's say like Tech came to me after I signed Tech, and he's like, oh man, I was talking to Kid Cudi. I don't even know if they're friends. So it's just, anyway, so beyond that, here's the thing. Oh, I was talking to Kid Cudi, and he wants in on this. And I'd be like, oh, shit, yeah, let's get him in on this. But I don't think I'd actively try to pursue Kid Cudi.
See, I feel like Kid Cudi would be, like, a great, like, opening act for a rap stage at a festival. Because it's, like, it's trippy, but it's got, like, that emotional flow to it as well. Like, just to sort of ease the crowd into it.
Can we talk about one band on the rap stage we will not have?
Limp Bizkit?
No, actually, to be truthfully honest, I don't hate Limp Bizkit. I actually like Limp Bizkit. But I wouldn't really put them on the rap stage as much as I would put them on the alternative stage. What's his song? Eat You Alive.
Oh,
he's in the forest and there's lights hanging all up and he's talking to this girl he kidnapped. I think the song's called Eat You Alive. I'm not 100% sure.
That's gonna bug me.
But anyways, Limp Bizkit does have some alright music. One thing I'm gonna say though, one band we will not be having at my festival at least is Head PE. Now I'll tell you why. Okay, a lot of people are gonna look at me and they're like, but AJ, you seem like the type of person that would love Head PE. And I would look at you and tell you, you're damn right. I love Head PE. Their studio stuff is that grungy rap, that kind of garage band rap that's really like, I don't give a fuck. Like,
yeah.
You know, like...
Sort of like a Big Sean kind of vibe.
No. It's more Cottonmouth Kings vibe to it than anything. But I've seen Head PE live 4 times. And out of those 4 shows, guess how many shows were actually good?
I'm guessing 1.
None.
Wow.
Head PE is not a good band to see live. Honestly, it's just not. And I mean... I'm not trying to diss them for their live performance or anything, but when you've seen a band live 4 times and all 4 times they suck, you're kind of like, okay, I get it. And there's nothing wrong with being a studio artist. I mean, being a studio artist does make money, and you're producing music. Yeah. Just because you can't do it live, and it's not because of auto-tune, it's the beats and the way they mix it and everything. It just doesn't sound great.
I think that's fair.
So on a rap stage, you got Kid Cudi, Tech 9, Eminem's in there, Biggie, can be in there. Is there anybody else really that you can think of for a rap stage?
I'm trying to think of, because we've got Eminem, we've got Tech 9, we've got Biggie, but I feel like we need like a headliner, like someone who just takes the stage, everybody knows them, everybody goes nuts.
See, and it all depends on what you want too, right? Like you've got Kid Cudi, Tech 9, Biggie, and Eminem. Yes, Tech 9 and Eminem I'd kind of place into the same perspective category. Biggie's that kind of more gangster, Southwest feel soul rapper, and Kid Cudi's more of the
He's
R&B
like a psychedelic R&B.
Yeah. So do you want to go with what you have in Eminem and Tech 9 and go with someone like Busta Rhymes or Twista? Do you want some like hardcore gangster rap or something? Like what do you want though? Like that's the thing. What is the majority of people gonna want out of a rap headliner? Because in all honesty, like I think back, I've been to the Gathering of Juggalos a couple times in my life, and of course ICP headlines.
Of course.
So I mean, it is their show. But I mean, Tech 9's there. Tech 9's great. Gordy's great. Gordy's not a great headliner. I do get pissed when the way people treated King Gordy, because they're like, oh, this long story, bunch of drama that shouldn't be there, because what ICP preaches as a Juggalo, you should not hate anybody, and it's just. Whatever, so be it. I mean, like, Hobson's great. I wouldn't mind seeing Hobson live, but I mean, can he headline? Like, is he a big enough name to headline? Not really.
Okay. So, in the back of my head, I was trying to think of, like, who would be a headliner? Like, who would be, like, the biggest draw? Like, their name goes on the poster, everybody wants in, just to see what's going on. And the only name that pops into my head is Kanye West. And I hate that guy.
Old Kanye, garbage. New Kanye, garbage. Middle-aged Kanye, garbage. I can't stand Kanye, man.
He would be a draw, though.
Well,
you can't
Jay-Z,
deny he would be a draw.
Jay-Z would be a draw.
That's true.
And I'd rather listen to Jay-Z than Kanye West.
Oh, any day.
So, I mean, and if you get... Hey, man, and then you think about connections, too, right? You get Jay-Z in there, you're going to have a better chance of getting, like, Beyonce in there.
That's true.
So, I mean, we could go with Jay-Z. All right, so yeah.
Are we running out of time already?
We're running out of time already, man. It's crazy. Do you think 5 minutes is good enough to talk about a country stage?
I think so.
Yeah?
I think so.
All right. Well, all right. So country. Who would you want for country? I know who I'd want to headline country.
Who would you want?
Johnny Cash. Honestly, Johnny Cash would be my headliner. And I mean, I would fill it with new, old, country, rap country, rock country, metal country, all the different types of country. I'd fill it with. I wouldn't give a fuck. But Johnny Cash to me is like, and that's my bread and butter when I think of country. And I've not been a big fan of country my entire life or anything, so don't get me wrong or anything. But I've always been a big fan of Johnny Cash.
I mean, for me personally, like, my knowledge of country music and country artists in general isn't incredibly expansive. But if I'm putting together a festival stage where I can literally book anybody alive or dead, Garth Brooks is one of the first names that comes to mind because he's been successful his entire career.
Yeah.
The other one that immediately jumps into my mind, and I think part of this is like from what I've been listening to in the car with my fiance, is you gotta have Luke Bryan and or Carrie Underwood there too, because those are some really big modern names.
Is Carrie Underwood the one that was married to Blake? No.
It's Miranda Lambert.
Miranda Lambert. All right, so if we have Carrie Underwood, we're still safe. We can still have Blake Shelton. I do like Blake Shelton quite a bit, to be truthfully honest. You can hate on me all you want. I think he's good.
Carrie Underwood and Miranda Lambert are best friends.
Are they? Oh yeah, they have that song together.
Whatever.
Have...
Whatever. They're getting back together, I heard anyway. So I mean, you talk about fucking famous couples, man.
Yeah.
Holy, I don't even. People are like, oh, why don't you talk about famous couples? Do an episode about famous couples. No, just no.
It's a bad idea.
Because you could spend an episode talking about a single couple and how they break up and get back together, break up and get back together. I mean, fucking Black China, like, if you media, Black China, Kim Kardashian, fucking this dude and this dude, they're all in each other. Like, oh fuck, right?
Granted, like, content for days if you did, but it's a headache, you know?
Yeah. Alright, so, I mean, country...
Okay, but again, like, we've got some new blood in there. Let's bring in some old blood. Let's bring in Willie Nelson or Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I love Johnny Cash, man. I don't know. I fucking love Johnny Cash. I've been a big fan of Johnny Cash ever since he remade Nine Inch Nails song.
Did I just hear Conway Twitty from over here?
Kanye Twitty. Now it's time for some Kanye Twitty. I don't even know who he is.
I know my mom was a really big fan of Conway Twitty, but thankfully she didn't like play his music constantly when she was cleaning the house.
Kenny Rogers country?
Yeah. Keith Urban?
Keith Urban?
Yeah.
No, is there a Heath? Heath something, maybe?
Heath? Heath.
Heath?
Heath or Keith?
Is there a Heath or a you know one song, you know one guy I want to come on that he may be a one-hit wonder. Again, I am not huge into country. I don't know. My wife is going to have to tell me this guy's name. But it's the guy that does Sunshine and Whiskey. I don't even know who that is, to be truthfully honest. But that song, that's my favorite song. I love that song, and I can't even tell you who sings it.
It's
I have an idea, but I just want to make sure I'm right.
Frankie Miller.
Thank you.
Who's the guy that does Chicken Fried?
Chicken Fried?
Yeah.
Hello, Chicken Fried.
Cold beer on a Friday night.
You guys can get five.
No, we're not. No, because we're gonna... No copyright on that, of course. What?
Zach Brown.
Zach Brown Band. That's who does that song. They're good too. I like that. I'll take that for sure. All right, so that's country. I mean, I don't want to prolong content on the same topic over and over again, but I mean,
I feel like we've got a solid lineup for the
country. Rap, I mean, of course, rap was quick and good.
That being said, so we got to wrap up. We'll do our rock stage in part 2, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. So it looks like we're out of time, obviously, here, guys. So I'm AJ.
I'm Joey.
And from us to you, we'll see you next time.